Hey YouTube, Chogokin here with a review of the Power Rangers Megaforce Gosei Ultimate Megazord figure and Mighty Morphin Dino Megazord figure. These are a continuation of the Megazord action figure line. Last time we had Gosei Great and Gosei Grand Megazords, and now we have Gosei Ultimate and the Dino Megazord, or the original Megazord, from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So, the Mighty Morphin release is a complete straight-up re-release of the original toy that was in the RPM line, actually, when the Retrofire line was created. Gosei Ultimate, however, is a brand new mold using the better base molding for these guys that stemmed from some of the later Retrofire releases. So pretty cool overall. Now, of course, being a Megaforce product, we do have promo cards. Gosei Ultimate Megazord is promo 64. And the Dino Megazord is promo 162, so we're really getting high in the numbers there.
Megaforce Megazord. Mighty Morphin Megazord.
Woo. And of course, let's take a look in the card scanner. That was short. And that was also the same thing 3 times. Okay, so we'll take a look at the Dino Megazord first, just to get it out of the way. And like I said, it is a straight-up re-release. There isn't anything changed about it. The paint might be a little bit darker in some places, but molding-wise, straight up the same exact thing. Now, being an original Retrofire, this does have a lot more of a stylized look than the newer ones do, particularly in the head sculpt here being very giant horns and stuff, and obviously the really thin waistline. Looked like something out of a Ranger, like anime or manga, as opposed to anything from the actual show. Articulation wasn't bad on these original ones. You had a ball joint up here at the head, full rotation at the shoulders, and then a nice ball and socket system over here on the hips. You did have a waist swivel, a single joint at the knee, and some movement here at the foot. However, what the original Retrofires failed at was arm articulation. You had a swivel at the shoulder, but that was it for this one. It was a simple plug. You just plugged it in there. That was it. He did have a, a elbow joint right there, but that was really it. That's all you got for this. It did have the Mammoth Shield / Mastodon Shield. Painted kind of bad, actually, but that pegs right into his arm as opposed to holding it, so that's a little bit of a stylized thing. The power sword is over here, but this arm has a swivel here at the shoulder, but no elbow articulation. So you're stuck with, like, some sort of He-Man I have the power pose, because that's really about all you can get with this guy. So, not bad, but the original Retrofires just weren't really good either. Now, given how pro anniversary they are right now, I would have loved to see them amp up this mold with the hip and arm articulation of the current Retrofires, even though they're not called that anymore. That would have been fantastic, but alas, we just get a straight-up re-release, so this is what we get. Again, not a bad figure, but given the fact that a Super Robot Chogokin exists of this guy, this one's always going to look really bad. Now here's Gosei Ultimate, and like Gosei Great and Gosei Grand, he is actually a very good action figure. For, I think, $12.99, these retailed for. They're a little bit pricey for the amount of paint in these, which isn't that much for any of these. But given the standard of American toys nowadays, it's not that bad, and there's quite a bit of articulation packed in this guy. Now, instead of a ball joint, you do just have a simple swivel up here at the head, but you have full rotation in the shoulders, swivel this way. Both have elbow joints. You get a rotation at the hand. I really like this socket, ball and socket system that they have, ball and swivel rather, right up here. So you have a lot of hip articulation. There's no pads or anything on Gosei Ultimate hindering that. So quite a bit of movement. Single joint there, and the same sort of foot swivel. So a lot of the same base molding within these Megazord action figures, but these guys just have a little bit more of the arms. They decided to fix that eventually, realizing that not having arm articulation in a figure in 2013 was really stupid. So, really great figure overall, and a good representation of Gosei Ultimate if you don't want to pick up the full-fledged Megazord, or the Mini Pla from Japan, or that's really your only options, is the big one or the Mini Pla. But anyway, really cool toy overall. I like the way that it looks. I kind of wish the gray was a silver. That'd have been looked fabulous. Yep, go me. But it would have improved the figure a little bit, but given cost measures, that obviously you can't really make silver plastic, so the gray would have to do, and it actually does look really cool. And considering I can't find the big Gosei Ultimate anywhere in my area, this is a nice little stand-in for me until I find it. So, pretty cool figure. He does come with his twin swords, which actually can form the bow, which is pretty neat. Kind of just plug it in right there, and now you have his the bow weapon, which is really cool that they included that. Something that they didn't have to do, and I'm really glad that they did. So are these worth it? Yeah. The Dino Megazord obviously is more of a nostalgia item and not particularly that great of a figure. But if you missed it the first time around and want to pick it up, it's the same exact figure, so you're not missing anything. Plus you get an ACG card, which is always a plus. Gosei Ultimate, on the other hand, is a fantastic figure. If you have Gosei Great and Gosei Grand, this makes a nice little trio of action figure Megazords that I actually really, really like. I'm glad they continued this line, and I'm really glad that they amped up the quality on them too. Granted, it's no Super Robot Chogokin or anything, but given the fact that they're about a quarter of the price, what you get for $12.99 isn't all that bad. Plus, again, you get an ACG card, which is always a nice little bonus with this Megaforce line. So definitely recommended for Gosei Ultimate and your whatever you want to do with that guy. Thanks for watching, take care, and have a great one. Bye.